Great leaders make smart decisions, even in difficult circumstances. From Albert Einstein to Oprah Winfrey, many leaders ascribe their success to having followed their intuition. New research shows how going with your gut instinct can help us guide to faster and more accurate decisions. And the science behind intuition or gut feeling suggests that this just might be the superpower we should be tapping into to give us the leg up at work. Hello, I'm Charmcen Salangsang, and I will give you 10 tips on how to intensify your intuition. So what is intuition exactly? It is the ability to know something without analytic reasoning, bridging the gap between the conscious and non-conscious parts of our brain. Imagine being able to harness and further develop our sixth sense, or what the U.S. Office of Naval Research calls Spidey sense. ONR is currently developing methods to measure the workings of intuition on the battlefield, hoping to give the soldiers the added edge in a life-or-death situation, as well as creating visual simulations to help train and develop soldiers' intuition in high-pressure combat situations. Whether you call it a gut feeling, an inner voice, or a sixth sense, intuition can play a real part in people's decision-making, a new study suggests. For the first time, researchers devised a technique to measure intuition. After using this method, they found evidence that people can use their intuition to make faster, more accurate, and confident decisions according to the findings, published online in April in the Journal of Psychological Science. The study shows that intuition does indeed exist and that researchers can measure it, said Joel Pearson, an associate professor of psychology at the University of New South Wales in Australia and the lead author of the study. Why should we care about intuition? What makes it so valuable that it merits scientific study and competes with our analytical brains for equal power related to our decisions, behaviors, and beliefs? Why would Steve Jobs, the founder of a company built on left brain talent in engineering and analysis, tout the virtues of intuition? Here's what he said in 2005 Stanford commencement speech. Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Many highly sensitive people, or empaths, have a well-developed intuition that is a natural part of their personalities. In fact, here's what using your intuition can do for you. First, it reduces your stress by helping you identify and handle problems more efficiently. It makes you more sensitive to the energy of the environment and the people around you. It keeps you safer as you become more aware of potential dangers or threats. It boosts imagination and creativity. It supports and augments your analytical brain in decision-making. However, some people are more intuitive than others, wherein research believes that there are individual differences in broad intuitive ability. A recent study found that two clusters of intuitive skill. One is related to insight, such as conceiving a new metaphor, which is linked to intelligence. The other, related to implicit learning, or learning complex information without being aware of what you've learned. Say, picking a new language is not strongly linked to intelligence. Intuitive skills are inside all of us. Intuition is always there for us, to guide, to protect, and to help us develop. As we grow into adulthood, we may push this intuition to the side to conform to what society says we should do. The more we do this, the less we tend to listen to that little voice or those gut feelings. And anything else in life, when you stop using it, you can lose it. A muscle must move, an eye must see, a brain must think. The same holds true for intuitive process. Massimo Pigliuigi is a professor of philosophy at CUNY City College, and his book Answer for Aristotle, how science and philosophy can lead us to a more meaningful life. He cites some of the recent research on intuition and how it can be improved. Pigliucci stated that one of the first things that modern research on intuition has clearly shown that there is no such thing as an intuitive person without core. Intuition is a domain-specific ability, so that people can be very intuitive about one thing, say medical practice or just playing, and just as clueless as an average person about pretty much everything else. Moreover, intuitions get better with practice, especially with a lot of practice, because at bottom, intuition is the brain's ability to pick up on certain recurring patterns. The more we are exposed to a particular domain of activity, the more familiar we become with the relevant patterns, medical charts, positions of chess pieces, and the more faster our brains generate heuristic solutions to the problem we happen to be facing with that domain. Intuition is a dynamic, powerful, highly valuable skill to develop. Spending a little time every day strengthening your powers of intuition can pay off exponentially over time. With your relationship, your health and well-being, your character success, your finances, and all your overall happiness. By combining intuition with analysis, you're employing an arsenal of tools to empower your life and make the very best possible choices. Here are the 10 ways to intensify your intuition. First, practice meditation.
Inhale, exhale.
Meditation is one of the most useful ways of clearing your mind of extraneous thoughts, worries, and overthinking. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day of meditation can help you tune into your deeper feelings, desires, and needs. You may have insights that come up during the meditation, or may arise later after you are more calm and centered state of mind. Remind yourself to pay attention to any ideas or aha moments that arise shortly after meditation. 2. Get creative.
The most fun part of this whole technique is washing the brushes. Shake off the excess.
Creative activities like drawing, painting, writing, or anything that you find creatively stimulating puts you in a state of flow where time stands still. You are lost in the activity and feel free of distractions and worries. When you are in this state of flow, it is similar to the meditative state. Your mind is receptive to ideas, insights, and awareness that you may not experience in the busyness of daily life. Through art, writing, music, and dance, you can express emotions and desires that you may not consciously be aware of, but you provide an outlet with these creative endeavors. 3. Engage in physical activities.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I find it when I take a walk or go for a run, I often get answers to problems or have insights or ideas on a project I might be working on. Removing yourself from your daily schedule and distractions allow you to focus on intuitive thoughts arise spontaneously. 4. Pay attention to sudden feelings.
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart
Have you ever noticed that your mood changes suddenly? Or you walk in a room full of people and feel uneasy? Remind yourself to pay attention to these shifts in mood. And once you are aware of them, ask yourself, why are you feeling this way? Close your eyes and say to yourself silently, what is this feeling telling me? Then wait for an answer. It may not arrive right away, but at some point you'll have an insight into your mood change. The key is learning how to use this insight to manage your life in order to minimize negative people or circumstances. 5. Notice your body's reaction. Your body is the perfect messenger of intuitive knowledge. You've heard the expression, follow your gut. You often feel things in your gut that let you know loud and clear that you aren't in the right place, with the right person, or making the best decision. Your body will tell you through pain and disease that something is wrong or that you need to make a change. Treat the symptoms, but also seek out the possible cause for your physical reactions that might be more than just physical. 6. Employ hindsight. Think back over the past hunches or moments of insight you've had. You may or may not have acted on these hunches, but now looking back at them, can you see how your intuition was at work? What can you learn from these past experiences? And how can you honor your intuition or moving forward by taking action on your hunches? 7. Do something repetitive.
How do we dice an onion? Boy, that's a big onion. Look at that. Woo! Onion, the onion, pepper, the onion, or the onion. The onion, the onion. Whoop, up, voila, the onion. Look at this, an onion, an onion.
Chop vegetables, staple papers, knit, do whatever a repetitive activity that doesn't require much brain power. While doing these activities, ask your intuitive mind for guidance on a problem or ideas for a project. Ask yourself questions during these role activity times and quiet your mind to listen for the answers. 8. Don't fight it. When you receive a hunch or intuitive urge, try to go with it rather than fighting it. Many of us don't trust our intuition, so we may try to quiet the voices in our heads in favor of thinking it out loud or simply ignoring the hunches. Practice assuming your hunches are valid and can lead you to something positive. Take small actions on your intuitive urges that feel relatively safe. In time, you will feel more comfortable acting on bigger hunches that require more risk. 9. Live in the now.
Advance ako mag-isip.
It becomes difficult for your intuition to speak to you if your mind is in the past or the future. Consider this quote from Lao Tzu. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. The gift intuition works best when the mind is in the present. Pain caused in the past can take over the mind. The future can seem frightening. What is on the other side today or even an hour from now? At this point, even when the intuitive process could send you signals loud and clear, your fear will allow the subconscious mind to override those signals. When depression or anxiety creeps in your thoughts, repeat the words of Lao Tzu. The now is the place where intuition resides. Your higher self has no concept of earthly time. And finally, trust yourself.
Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Who are you?
I have told you.
You!
Yes?
Not you, him!
The more faith you demonstrate in your intuition, the greater the results will be. Whether you want to make better decisions, solve problems faster, or create winning plans for your life, you will achieve your goals faster and more effectively when you're in tune with your intuition and listen to what your inner wisdom has to say. Trusting your intuition is all about trusting yourself, and the more trust you place in yourself, the more success you will have. Sometimes we are invested in particular outcome or fear a possible result. Try to distinguish between an intuitive hunch and wishful or fearful thinking. Some decisions that we know are good for us intuitively can make us afraid on the surface. Learn to discern between your deeper knowing and reactive thinking or feeling. Always combine your intuition with solid analysis and due diligence to ensure you're using your full brain power to make the best choices for your life. Intuition is a powerful force that can be developed to give you an edge in life. Don't neglect this ability, even if you think yourself of an analytical thinker. As Henri Poincaré, a French mathematician, says, it is through science that we prove, but through intuition that we discover. Developing a strong connection with your intuition can be challenging, especially if you've spent a lifetime second-guessing yourself or not trusting your own decision-making skills, or if you have too many other voices in your head, voices of self-doubt or blame or judgment drowning out your intuition. All of the tips that I gave will take practice and patience, but will be worth it. Your personal intuition will become like a magical wand. You'll wonder how you'll move through life without it. Intuition is not for the spiritually gifted, those who meditate all day, or those with relaxed lives. It is a tool for each and every one of us. Now use it.